All right, at this point, Busola Akinyemi, football agent, joins me live now on the show, of course, to do a preview of the game to expect tomorrow. Busola, very pleased to have you with us this evening.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure to be on TVC.
Right, we just saw, of course, we just relived, that moment when the Eagles beat Tanzania 2-1. What was your impression of the overall performance of the team against Tanzania?
I would say that was the first game of the tournament. It's barely a new team with some new players coming to join the team. I would say I was impressed, but not very, very impressed. But I think there are some positives to take from the game. One of the positives was Chukwueze playing from the number 10 role. We saw how creative he was, how he created a lot of chances with his slick play and a lot of dribble. And I would say categorically that this team is a team to reckon with. And I think they will get better with the number of games they'll play. Hopefully against the Carthage Eagles tomorrow, I think they should play better. Like I said, it's a team that has barely trained within under 2 weeks. So we should not expect the very, very best from the team from the first game. The most important thing is that they won and they've gotten the maximum 3 points.
Absolutely. Well, you just mentioned, of course, that game coming up against the Carthage Eagles tomorrow. Both sides have met 17 times. Tunisia, of course, they have won 6. Nigeria, they have won 5 with 6 draws between both sides. How do you see that one tomorrow?
It's going to be the battle of the Eagles because the Super Eagles will be playing against the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. And in terms of statistics, there's nothing really that separates both teams in terms of the number of wins and also in terms of the draws by both teams. The last time the Super Eagles played against the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia was at the 2021 AFCON in Cameroon, and the Carthage Eagles won 1-0. So I think the team has evolved, and it's going to be two different teams entirely. But when I saw the game Tunisia against Uganda, I think they would probably it's going to be a very difficult game for the Super Eagles because the Tunisians are very better tactically. They've been together. Some of them play in the same club, so they understand themselves. Clubs like CF's Club Tunis and Safian in Tunisia. So I think tomorrow's game would probably, it's going to be a litmus test for the Super Eagles, and hopefully if the Super Eagles can get the maximum 3 points in tomorrow's game, then I think we can go all the way to the semis or even to the final, because that is going to be one of our most difficult games tomorrow against the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia.
Absolutely. All right. It's been termed the battle of, early supremacy in the group. What are the areas, when you look at the Eagles side, what are the areas you think that we need to improve upon, before we go into that game tomorrow?
Okay. Thank you for the question. I think the first thing is that we need to improve in terms of our defensive organization. Although we didn't play low block in the first game against Tanzania, but we can say that the center backs, they are not communicating with the goalkeeper, and probably that was one of the reasons Tanzania was able to equalize. I think we understand that this is the first time in a long time that Semi Ajayi is playing with Calvin Bassey in centre-back. But of course, these are two players that play in top-flight football in England, and we need to understand the fact that they are playing together for the first time. But if the defence can get to understand themselves in terms of concentrating for 90 minutes, trying to communicating with the keeper, know when to come out in terms of keeping offside, know when to stay back in terms of defend collectively and keep offsides collectively and things like that, then I know definitely that we can beat the Carthage Eagles tomorrow. So apart from that, the midfield looks a bit better. Like I said, Chukwueze playing number 10 role has brought a bit of creativity to the team because he's someone that runs with the ball. He's very, very creative. He dribbles. He uses his left foot very, very well. He creates a lot of chances. He has slick, depth passes. So I think defense needs to improve. Midfield is okay. Then in terms of attack, there was not a lot of wing play, which we've known the Super Eagles for. Most times we rely on wing plays. So if we can continue, we can get better in terms of wing play, then I think we'll be able to create chances and maybe carry the day tomorrow. All
right. Well, there are a number of other games, lined up today. Very quickly, let's talk about them before we go to England now. You have Zambia versus Comoros, Morocco versus Mali, and then Egypt. The biggest one would be Egypt versus South Africa. Tell me what you think about these games.
I think going to Egypt, South Africa, Egypt were very lucky. They scored in the last minutes. Mo Salah scored a very, very good goal. And Egypt and South Africa would they won their first game. So it's going to be probably a decider. Whoever wins the game between Egypt and South Africa definitely will top the group. It's too early to predict which team is the best in terms of the likely winners of the tournament. But I think Egypt has shown positive play in their first game. South Africa also played very, very well. Tunisia was very good as well. Senegal and Ivory Coast as well. They were very, very good. I think these teams are teams we should get wary of. But I'm not taking any chances. I think I'm rooting for the Super Eagles, and I definitely believe, as a patriotic Nigerian, that they can go all the way to win the tournament and make Nigerians happy for not making the World Cup next year.
Absolutely, Busola.